For those who don't know, I'm Rob Walgate, Vice President of the American Policy Roundtable, and unfortunately we're back in this building again to hold another news conference. I think we were here roughly 3 months ago when the governor and Penn and Rock went behind closed doors and cut some backroom deals, and the legislature was considering legislation, House Bill 277, which went into effect earlier this week and which has triggered us filing a lawsuit that was filed this morning in the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas against the governor of the state of Ohio. The one point I want to make sure that I stress and everyone understands is this is about much more than gambling. This is a lot bigger than gambling. This is about the rule of law. This is about a governor exceeding his authority of his position and reaching outside of the scope and the framework of the Constitution and constitutional amendments that were passed by voters of the state of Ohio in both 2009 and 1973. When we take a look back at 1973 and what was passed, the lottery amendment, which authorized a lottery in the state of Ohio, to think that that was authorizing a governor of the state of Ohio under the auspice of the Lottery Commission to allow slot machines to be placed in facilities that he chooses around the state of Ohio would be quite preposterous. It just doesn't make any sense. In 1973, I don't even believe Atlantic City was online yet. So to think that the voters had the foresight to understand that they would be authorizing that is quite crazy. Also, on that same point, when we went back through, and Melanie Elsey, National Legislative Director, in a moment will share a brief story about that. When we look back through the records and do the research, it was even discussed at the State House in 1973 about expanding that joint resolution, about making it bigger than it was, about making it more than a lottery. And they decided not to do that. It was voted down. And again, Melanie will share that with everyone. When we take a look at the 2009 amendment that was passed by the voters, there were guidelines. There were strict processes in place that must be followed. It gave no room for the governor to go behind closed doors and cut the deal that was cut. We've handed out to everyone violations that we feel have been made to the Ohio Constitution regarding the actions of the governor and of others, of also the General Assembly. We are being represented in this case. Our legal counsel is in the room and will take questions with us at the end. Tom Connors from Black McCuskey is in the room with us today, so he will also be sharing. But when we look, you know, when I look at everything that's been done, the executive orders that have been laid out this week, we've also seen in the executive orders or in the rules process that has talked about the slot machines at the racetracks. The age difference. You need to be 21 to play the slot machines at the racetracks. You only need to be 18 to play the lottery. I don't understand if they're the same thing, why there's an age difference. If they're the exact same thing, if slot machines are the lottery, what's the difference and why does there need to be a change? You know, we also look at, I know there's a lot of people that have come to us and talked to us behind the scenes, a lot of lottery sales agents. They want to know why the governor gets to pick the winners and the losers, why the governor gets to pick the 7 locations that get the slot machines. It's obvious that he's picking those locations basically on a quid pro quo because of the backroom deal that was cut. That's how it's been done. So there's a lot of people asking those questions, as well as the high commission rate that will go along with the slot machines at the racetracks. That's another one, a point that is being made. So right now I'm going to come share for a few moments as National Legislative Director Melanie Elsey.